one of the best performing clips on Valuetainment, on the PBD podcast, was a comment you made, and I'm gonna give a segue to this, and you're gonna get it, Rollo. And it reminded me of the famous quote from Matthew McConaughey in the movie. What's the freaking movie? Anyway, but he goes, all right.
Dazed and Confused.
Dazed and Confused. Thank you. And he says, I keep getting older and they stay the same age. Huh?
That's true. Stop Florida life.
College girls.
Right, exactly. So you said a girl reaches her peak market value.
Sexual market value.
At what age did you say? 25, I believe. 23.
Somewhere in there. 23.
Okay, Rebecca is like, I don't think so, buddy. Break down what that means.
I actually feel that. No, I
You
feel
do feel that.
Because being 29 now, like you are laughing at the ridiculousness of it, but it actually is fact. And I don't know if it's just South Florida. I'm jaded living here. Then I lived in LA. But the big markets are the same where like the guys do really go for the younger girls. And like, I feel like I have less chance of getting married because I'm almost 30.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. I remember in Miami, I was 27. I just moved down. And there was a girl, we were out one night. She said, about kind of like the new tide was taking over. She's like, we're 27. I just started graduate school. And I realized like that's what she thought, is she was kind of at the end of the road. Mm-hmm. And I look at her and I'm like, we have decided very differently about our lives and how we're investing in ourselves.
But you aren't wanting like the marriage and the kids. Like I am cognizant of the fact that like whenever I have kids, I'm going to be like an old mom. Like I'm not going to get to be a mom while I'm young. Like that's just the way a lot of women's minds do work because we do have the desire to have a husband and a family. So that's where I think maybe the age thing is
By
relative.
the way, in my opinion, this is the norm. You are not the norm. You have decided, and I mean that in a complimentary way. Like, let's just clear the air. You're tall, you're beautiful, you're great personality, smart, like all the accolades. But you've made a decision. This is what I talked about with the power move. You're like, I don't want kids. So the whole age thing, no matter how, like, I don't know if you're in your early 30s, whatever you are, you've basically said, nah, I don't give a shit. I'm not going to play by your rules. I don't even care if I get married. But Queen Victoria over here is basically, in my opinion, 90% of women. They want to have, Rollo, I'll turn it over to you for statistics. They want to get married. They want to have kids. They don't want to be an old lady. They don't want to be a spinster. They realize
sometimes I am like, I could just move to Europe and be the glamorous aunt. Like I definitely...
And then adopt 12 cats and then you're that lady. Okay. But
women do very, very well in Europe. It really is just
women do have a ticking clock. And if they want to have kids, scientifically, by age 32, whatever the number is, the chances of having kids...
Conception goes down.
Yeah. I mean, break this down from an age... Because my initial question was sexual market value, age 23, 25, whatever it is.
But I guess... Well, I actually want to interrupt before you say that because... There are these like media outlets like such as this where you're giving this information, but she kind of is right because she chose her own thoughts. Whereas like when I'm thinking I have to get married, it's because the media has told me.
No, it's also biological.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
And
because
maybe
there are millennia of women who came before you who felt the maternal instinct just as well.
I agree with Rollo.
And there were
long before we had the society we have
Rollo,
right now.
would you
And
please
there were
break
a
this
lot
down?
of women who didn't have birth control available, so the option was not
I'm
really
glad you
there.
brought that up as well, because hormonal birth control is actually what's contributed to a lot of this. I mean, we got two different women right here.
Totally different.